إحنا أكتر من 15,000 عامل بالهيئة.
كلنا عيلة واحدة.
بإيدينا نبني مستقبل بلدنا.
أحدث تكنولوجيا العلم بنستخدمها هنا.
خبرة أكتر من 40 سنة.
الدقة والمهارة
هي أكتر حاجة بنتميز بيها.
13 مصنع حاصلين على أعلى شهادات الجودة العالمية.
مصانعنا في الهيئة بتكمل بعضها
علشان نوصل لأفضل جودة.
الأمن والأمان هم أهم أهدافنا.
اختبارات وظروف شاقة يعدي عليها أي منتج.
إحنا فريق بيحقق هدفه
مهما كان صعب.
The Arab Organization for Industrialization, short name AOI, was established in 1975 for creating an advanced Arab military base that could cope with contemporary challenges in military fields. The co-founders included Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar. However, the other three Arab partners withdrew from AOI in the wake of the signing of the Egyptian-Israeli peace accords. In 1979, Egypt assumed full responsibility for AOI, maintaining its original bylaws so that any Arab state may join it at any time. History has proven that a clear vision of how to establish an integrated quality system embraces high-qualified manpower backed by advanced laboratories. Accordingly, AOI currently comprises, including the aircraft factory, the engine factory, Saqr factory for developed industries, Qadir factory for developed industries, the railway equipment factory CMAF, the electronics factory, Helwan factory for developed industries, the Arab British Dynamic Industries Company, Attico factory for wood industries, and the Arab Renewable Energy Company. AOI also holds the largest share in the Arab American Vehicles Company, a joint venture with Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. AOI is currently active in several military and civil domains. Military production. The aircraft industry. AOI has an outstanding experience in this field. It has produced Al-Qahira 300, a supersonic Egyptian fighter. Over 350 Al-Gumhuriyya primary trainers also rolled out of its production lines, plus more than 60 Al-Qahira 200 jet trainers. The latest achievement in this respect is the K-8E Advanced Trainer, over 120 of which were produced by AOI. It was the latest addition to the Egyptian Air Force's training fleet. This Chinese vintage aircraft was improved in Egypt with several upgrades that amazed even the manufacturers of the aircraft themselves. It has high maneuverability, is quite agile, and is used in ground support missions. Over 94% of this aircraft's fuselage is made locally at present. Aircraft fuselage and engine overhaul and repair. These activities include disassembly and diagnosis of defects and malfunctions, followed by repair, reassembly and painting, after which all ground and flight tests are made on the aircraft before return to the armed forces. AOI overhauls fuselages and turbo shaft and internal combustion engines of fixed-wing aircraft, such as the Tucano, MiG-21, the Mirage, the Buffalo, the Alpha Jet, and the C-130 military cargo aircraft, as well as helicopters, such as the Gazelle, which is serviced under license from the French Eurocopter company. The Mi-8 and Mi-17 helicopters, which are used in troop, VIP and equipment transportation, search and rescue, and medical evacuation missions. All AOI repair and overhaul activities are certified by respective original equipment manufacturers as well as specialized local and international agencies. AOI also repairs and overhauls the engines of M1A1 Abrams tanks. Military 4x4 vehicles. AOI manufactures the Fahd armored vehicle, an all-weather multi-purpose vehicle that has a high ability to traverse all kinds of difficult terrain. More than 15 versions of this vehicle have been produced to address the different needs of the armed forces. The Fahd is also used by the Egyptian Ministry of Interior to secure the fatherland and has been exported to several Arab and African countries. The J8 military jeep. AOI is the only producer of this jeep outside the United States. The J8 is an off-road vehicle that can traverse sandy and rocky land. It has been exported to many Arab, African and European countries. The J8 can be mounted with different weapon systems. AOI has also developed an armored body for the J8 in its factories. Missiles and defensive weapon systems. AOI has developed and produced several missile systems for the Egyptian armed forces and Arab armies, including the SAP 122mm rocket artillery missile that has a range of up to 45 kilometers. The Malutika anti-tank quadruple rocket launcher mounted on a TJL jeep. The shoulder-fired RPG-7 grenade launcher that can fire 5 different types of rocket grenades. Electronic equipment. AOI uses the latest technologies in producing micro-components. It manufactures electrical harnesses and electronic control boxes for the Tucano, Alpha-Jet, Gazelle and K-8E aircraft, as well as field telephones and electronic field switchboards. In addition to its distinguished production of advanced military equipment, AOI has contributed to modern civilian life. Civil products. Water desalination plants. AOI produces desalination plants with capacities ranging between 500 and 10,000 cubic meters per day. Its plants are environment friendly and have low power consumption rates. Subterranean water treatment plants. These plants have a high ability for removing iron and manganese from well water to produce potable water with a high quality that meets World Health Organization standards. Sewage water treatment plants. AOI produces sewage water treatment plants that employ different treatment technologies and have varying capacities of up to 150,000 cubic meters per day. Industrial wastewater treatment plants. AOI designs and implements industrial wastewater treatment systems for factories so as to produce treated water that conforms to the Environment Protection Law. Many of these plants have been produced with capacities ranging between 100 and 5,000 cubic meters per day. High-density polyethylene pipes. These pipes are produced in diameters from 20 to 1200 millimeters for multi-diameter networks. They are used in water, sanitary and industrial drainage and natural gas networks. Glass fiber products, including seats and other equipment for stadiums, covered sporting halls and swimming pools, as well as internal fittings for railway coaches. 1-ton chlorine cylinders. Railway coaches and metro and tram cars. AOI has the only factory in the Middle East that manufactures railway coaches of different types, including passenger coaches of all classes and types, service coaches, freight cars and bogies for all purposes and payloads, metro cars, as well as tram cars for Alexandria Governorate. This factory also manufactures railway, metro and tram spare parts and accessories. Renewable energy and modern lighting systems. Solar energy. AOI entered the renewable energy domain in 2009, erecting the first solar energy plant connected to the national power grid with a 600 kilowatt capacity in 2010. The plant was designed and implemented with the latest photovoltaic cell and solar tracker technologies. The organization also established the Arab Renewable Energy Company as a specialized power entity in July 2013. A solar module factory was also established in cooperation with a leading world company. It has an initial capacity of 52 megawatt per year that is planned to rise to 100 megawatt annually. For the first time in Egypt, a project was implemented for installing solar lighting in 2 villages at Halayb and Shalatin on Egypt's southern border. Solar lighting systems are also being installed along highways all over the country, following a successful experiment that was implemented in some selected governorates. Wind energy. AOI has followed a plan for transferring wind energy know-how from specialized world companies. It has also arranged training in Egypt and abroad for its engineers and technicians on installment, operation and maintenance of 1.5 megawatt wind energy converters. The first 2 wind turbines feeding the national power grid were also erected in March 2013 at Za'farana area with a combined 3 megawatt capacity. Modern lighting systems. A production line for power-saving LED lamps was established with an annual capacity of 10 million lamps. AOI is also implementing a national project for replacing street lamps with LED technology in all governorates. The automotive industry, AOI is currently producing the Grand Cherokee and the Jeep Wrangler. It also produces cars of other makes for world manufacturers, such as the Toyota Fortuner. AOI customizes different types of vehicles for different applications, including fire engines and recovery vehicles of all configurations, street sweeping and garbage collection and compression trucks, medical vehicles and armored VIP and money transportation cars, capital equipment and spare parts. In the grain handling sector, AOI has developed the Giant Grain Hopper, a 100% Egyptian-designed and manufactured product. It has also developed grain silos. AOI is ready to meet the requirements of all investors for design and implementation of production lines and spare parts. Greenhouses. Within the context of the national efforts for coping with the shortage of water and arable land, AOI has adopted a research project in cooperation with the Ministry of Agriculture. This project uses unconventional growing systems such as hydroponics or soil-less agriculture, in which plants are grown in pipes and pots with a closed fertigation system. In this project, the plant uses only about 20% of the water it consumes in normal soil and gives double the normal yield too. Electronics. AOI produces several types of electronic billboards, as well as LED and LED smart screens of different sizes. It also produces the Pluto tablet in cooperation with Intel and Polaroid. Wood products. AOI makes home, hotel and office furniture. Community service. Taking its role in community service seriously, AOI has launched several initiatives, including one for qualifying technicians for the local and overseas labor markets. For enhancing defensive powers to protect the homeland and the citizens. For providing safety and security to meet the needs of Egyptians in a modern civilian society. For closing the gap between importation and self-sufficiency. For all this, it has always been there, with its firm beliefs, developing and improving the Arab and African regions around it. The Arab Organization for Industrialization, the prime mover of national industry.